up, guys?
Hola.
Terrible Reception Podcast, episode 13.
13.
Woo.
Welcome
Well,
to our shit show.
Jay and I don't think we planned this, but unfortunately, we lost a great one.
Mm-hmm.
Someone very, he was a pioneer in the sense that he was going somewhere with his movement, but unfortunately we lost a soldier, and we want to give it up to Nipsey Hussle.
Yes, sir.
We're rocking blue in his favor.
Mm-hmm.
No.
We didn't even plan this.
No, we didn't even plan this, but
Just happened.
unfortunately he was shot and gunned down in front of his first, I guess, own building, where he had several businesses, and he had it with his brother and his other teammates.
Mm-hmm.
And it looked like jealousy and envy got the best of that situation.
Yeah, man. That was actually going to be one of the first topics we spoke about after our intro, but
Yeah,
thanks for setting the somber mood.
that's it, man. You got to get it. It's a reality, though. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody felt it. I think it shows, one, appreciate what you have while it's here.
Mm-hmm.
Applaud your artist friends. Applaud the people that are, giving back to the community. Even if they're not hip hop artists, if they're not famous, there's still people. We know people, young people. They own their own businesses. They own their own stores, whether it's fashion or clothing, or, people are starting their own little yoga stations. So,
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that kind of just threw off my intro now.
how's it throw off your intro?
Because we have to do the intro first and then get to the first topic.
Hey, listen, it's a topic, but it was real. It's one of those situations. It's like life. We can't predict these things. We can't. So it's an emotion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're unpredictable.
Exactly, and that what makes it interesting. You don't want a predictable. Come on, you like predictable?
Yeah,
It sounds like missionary in bed. You want missionary every night?
What's wrong with missionary?
Every night, same way. You can never have doggy
spice
style
it up.
You can't spice it. You can't be me. You can't spice it up now.
Challenge accepted.
Missionary only. Do missionary for a week,
I do missionary all the time.
but you can't switch it up.
I don't need to switch it up.
Come on.
That's actually one of my favorite positions because you can see everything. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Anyway,
This guy with the intros of his missionary.
Terrible Reception Podcast, episode 13. Welcome, everybody. My name is Jay Suarez of Benetton Music / One Eye Photography / Benetton Apparel / Terrible Reception Podcast.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of slashes.
Big money flex.
Big money flex.
Hashtag big money flex. That's apparently our saying now.
Yes, sir.
But Parlay of Benetton, and you guys are definitely tuned into Terrible Reception Podcast. We appreciate whoever's been tuning in thus far.
Yeah, man. Thank you guys for all the love, the support.
Yes.
We started a new Instagram page, building that from the ground up. So we know how difficult that can be, running multiple pages and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We do everything ourselves. If you guys want to help, let us know.
Yeah.
I'm more than willing to bring you on board to help us, spread the good word. And
100%.
yeah, man. So again, thank you guys. Make sure to subscribe on YouTube if you haven't yet. I encourage you guys to check out the YouTube videos because sometimes we're trying to promote the YouTube page, and we're trying to promote the podcast on there visually by incorporating different things in the actual show that require you to see things. So, subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on the little bell notification so it lets you know when we upload a video. Apologies if you wait for the video and it takes a couple days. I've been fighting with Adobe Premiere. I think I'm about to take it outside and just throw hands because it's getting on my last nerve.
It's either that or you got to throw like $200 to $400 on Final Cut.
Anybody want to give me Final Cut? What's up?
We need a Patreon for Final Cut.
Yo, for real. But also Spotify, podcasts, Apple Podcasts seems to be the popular one. with Spotify right on its tail.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Google has one too. I found out. Kendall, again, this is what, like the second or third shout out we give you.
Yeah, that's all.
Apparently, there's a Google podcast that we're on,
Nice.
and what else? That's just about it. That's all I know for now. I don't know where else you can listen to podcasts, but if you have something else, just let us know and let us know where you listen to us
find
from.
a way to listen to us, that's all that matters.
That's all that really matters, man. And I appreciate you guys. Thanks for spreading the word, tagging everybody on our posts. It definitely gets us out there, helps us with branding, helps us with getting notification from everybody, and getting into new ears. So we really appreciate you guys. So I guess you set it up so we can continue discussing the events that occurred several days ago.
Yes.
It happened Sunday evening?
Sunday
afternoon or something.
Yeah, I
like
believe
that.
it was Sunday or Monday evening.
Yeah, man. So they took a really good dude from us. And I'm very upset about it. Because I was just starting to get into him.
Mm-hmm.
With his last album.
Yeah.
And just, researching him and seeing who he was as a person, because I like doing that with artists that I enjoy, because it's like you get the music and then they have their personality, and I hate it when an artist has dope music and the shitty personality.
Yeah, I think like Nipsey, I mean, you can see through his like credentials and the videos he put out, he was always very smart about his moves.
That's the perfect word I was gonna choose for him.
Yeah, and even though he was a Crip, he wasn't really gang banging. He was more of like associated with the gang on the better aspect, where he liked to give back to the community. He liked to grow with the community. He was like a great mixture of like Kendrick, Game, and Snoop. Yeah, so like
I was gonna say, it weren't gangs originally formed for that, to protect and serve the communities,
basically,
and give back to the communities and stuff like that.
Basically, so like I know now, the 2019 wave minus all these other idiots that decide to kill people. Yeah, that's what they're going for. I think a lot of gangs are trying to even unite.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like how they treat each other in the music biz. You know what I'm saying? Like you always see Bloods and Crips getting along, especially in the music industry. And
like Cardi and Blueface.
Yeah, there's Cardi and Blueface. There's Game and Snoop. There's YG and Nipsey at one point. So, yeah, but like, I remember, shout out Sister Asia. Sister Asia, we met a long time ago. She was heavily into, what she still is to this day. She's one of like those hip hop pioneers in the sense. She's always been helping the groups within hip hop, from Wu-Tang to Naughty by Nature, everybody you could ever imagine. And I know she was big on the West Coast, and she always, I guess she lost a lot of people in her life, especially being in the hip hop industry.
Mm-hmm.
And she always said, "Rest in power." And I think that's such a beautiful twist.
I like that.
And that kind of like stuck with me. So I would say rest in power to Nipsey. You gave a lot of people insight on the truth, and you gave, I think, a lot of people inspiration to do better. And I think we should keep going with that seed he planted.
Yeah,
we should water it.
Yeah, and I mean, going back to his music, it sounds pretty cliche to say at a time like this, but his album, Victory Lap, was it, right?
Yeah,
was my favorite hip hop album of last year.
Yeah. It was with solid.
J-Rock and who else did I enjoy last year? Belly's album.
Yeah,
all three of those guys killed it last year.
Definitely.
For me.
Yep.
And it stuck out to me. The album itself stuck out to me, but that one song in particular that we always listen to all
Double Up
the time.
Yeah, and that has
Double
Belly
Up
on it too, which is funny.
Yeah, it's so wild too, because it's like I was listening to Double Up several days before because I hadn't listened to it in a while.
Yeah.
Because when it came out, I had it on loop for like 5 days straight.
I always listen to it because on my playlist, when it starts again, it's literally the first song on the playlist, and then it goes up into my playlist again. So like I listen to it.
I remember that day.
Yeah.
I was editing stuff over here, and it was like, double up again.
Yeah.
Not mad at it.
There's something about that song. I don't know what it is, but like it's really like connects, and it was extra hard to hear the other day. You really felt like, I don't know what it is. Like, I haven't had this where, like, I guess you have MJ, you've had Prince pass, and these are all exceptional people and artists to me. But, like, there was something about Nipsey that I just felt like.
No, a lot of people said that, and I said the same thing, too, because I was cooking on Sunday.
Same. This is weird.
So I was in the kitchen cooking, and my sister came up to me and goes, "Oh, did you hear Nipsey Hussle died?" And I was like, "Who?" It's like Nipsey Hussle. And I immediately was like, whoa. I don't know why. My heart dropped.
Yeah.
And
it felt like somebody called you about one of your friends.
Right. You know yeah. And like I said, like I just started getting into him maybe when his album dropped. When did his album drop? Several months ago.
I think it was around before Christmas time of last year.
Let's see. Victory Lap release date. It was actually February of last year.
Really?
Wow, I didn't realize it was that long ago.
Gotcha.
Well, I guess I picked it up a little late then, because I picked it up like maybe summer into the fall of last year. Yeah. I think when I heard actually Double Up, and I think somebody was talking about it, and that's the song that hooked me to him. And then I started listening to the whole album, and the whole album was just solid.
Yeah. And, every track was, especially, like, I don't know, it's like had a West Coast feel, but like I don't know, everything. It's
just rap, man. It's so crazy. But yeah, so when I found out about the news, I was just like, my heart dropped, and I immediately went to that song.
Yeah, everything started hitting me too, because I was like, okay, Lauren London's his girlfriend, and like they've been like solid for 5 years.
Yeah,
he has a kid. You know, he was pushing the whole Dr. Sebi documentary in holistic sense, like so many things.
And then, you know, nobody really speaks ill of the dead, but like everybody had something very, very nice to say about him.
Yeah. It hit everybody. It really did. And I think it's because he's young. He was doing something.
He was very positive.
Yeah. And he just started getting that recognition. Because you started seeing him. He was well dressed. Like he had the GQ write-ups with him and Lauren London. I believe it's GQ or some type of magazine. You know, had a great photo shoot. I don't know who the photographer was, but props to them. They really encapsulated something special within that shoot. And
he was always at sporting events. That's where I always saw
him. Yeah. I saw him more around Jay-Z and Meek Mill. Like you could tell they were forming some type of thing that was bigger. And I think that's why it's just sad.
Yeah, man, it sucks. And you know, when I found out the news, you know, that I listened to the song, and then, you know, the posts start coming, and then you start looking at clips of him, which I never really had a chance to like dive into, you know, his endeavors and stuff outside of music. And it makes you even more upset that it's like, damn, how does somebody like this go like that?
I think it's we felt it because from an artist standpoint,
that's where we want to go.
That's where you want to go, and you know this journey, like it takes so long to get to where you want to be, or even where you think you want to be, and then you finally get there, and then it's like somebody like you're about to see that, not even finish line. I would say he was just in the beginning of starting something great, but it's like you're about to cross, you know, that ribbon at the end of a race, and somebody shoots you. It's just like, I don't know.
Yeah. So, I mean, on a positive note, they did catch what's his face. I don't even want to say his name because it makes me sick to my stomach. But
I think his name is Eric Holder.
Eric Holder, yeah. He showed up in court for his first appearance. Obviously, pleads not guilty, so he could fight it. $5 million bond. So my guy is not coming out anytime soon.
Yeah. Nah, he's accounted for attempted murder, carry of arm. You know,
deadly weapon or something.
So
if convicted, he's gonna be locked up for a very, 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 very long time.
Yeah, not I don't know, man.
So yeah, man. So I mean, I guess celebrate his life, man.
Yeah.
Listen to the album if you haven't already.
Celebrate
can-
his life by celebrating yours. Like,
Right.
get on it. Do the best that you can in this lifetime. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
man.
saying?
And it also brought things into perspective for me. And like a lot of things have been bringing things to perspective lately. I don't know what it is.
In what
but,
sense?
just like how short life is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And how often you don't tell the people that you care about that you love them.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what it was that happened the other day. Trying to remember. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that episode of Queer Eye that we were watching.
Yes.
Shout out to Queer Eye. That's a really dope show. If you
Yes.
haven't checked it out.
Yes. Fab Five. Like, I think they're the most sincere and like
Mhm.
heartfelt like group of guys that just like I think they really love what they do.
Yeah.
And it's something that you can feel the sincerity when you watch it. Like, sure, a lot of it is set up in the sense that they have to like make it entertaining for the show, but like
it still feels genuine.
Yeah, and each guy's got like a dope personality. One's either funny or you're just like you feel that one, or you know,
they're all pretty funny in their own way, I think.
Yeah.
One of the guys is like, what is he, like a psychologist, and he's
Yeah,
more of
there's
like the serious funny.
Karamo
Yeah.
is he's kind of like the therapist. Anthony is kind of like the guy
chef,
the chef. He kind of shows people how to eat healthier.
So he's like low key funny,
Yeah.
sarcastic funny.
Then there's Tan.
Mhm.
Tan, he's
That's the
more
stylist, right?
fashionable. Yeah, he's
Okay.
stylist. And then Jonathan.
He's like the more serious one, I think, of all of them.
Yeah. He
And
has his
Karamo.
moments. He has his
Mhm.
moments, but like he's I think he loves what he does and he's so precise with what he does.
Yeah, he's on point.
He's on point.
Yeah.
His hair says it all. But no.
Yo, that's a beautiful quaff.
Why? It's never wrong. Like I've never seen that guy
Yo,
uncoiffed or something.
It's so crazy. It's like you'll pull his hair forward and it'll snap right back.
And
Like Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, you can't imagine it any other way. You know what I'm saying? So and then there's Jonathan.
That's my favorite. That's my guy.
Jonathan is quite the.
He's a character.
He's very flamboyant in character, and
so he's the
funny.
hairstylist and
He's the hairstylist,
barber.
Yeah, and then there's Tan, Baba, Karamo,
What's the
Bobby.
other guy's name?
Bobby's the interior
Interior
designer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm actually happy for them because just like I guess like on a Nipsey Hussle level, like they've been getting a lot of acknowledgement for what they're doing for the community and what they do. So I feel like, you know, as much as we are hit with sad news a lot, there are still the positive forces in this universe that are pushing forward for the better of a lot of people.
Yeah, man.
So,
but yeah, I mean, I brought that up because, like I was saying, everything's like all these things are bringing things into perspective, and how, in that one particular episode that we watched was the guy that his wife died of cancer or something like that.
Yeah, and he has like two-year-old twins.
So it was like the first thing I did when I got home, I was like texting Amy, like, I love you for no reason. You know, I love you. I just wanted to tell you that.
This guy.
So she looks at me weird, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I was like, don't worry about it. These Queer Eye, man. These Queer Eye guys.
Karamo got you in your
Fab
feelings.
Five guys got me again. God damn it.
No, it's a great show. Like, I feel like that's the thing that I feel in 2019. If we're talking about evil versus good, like evil has been trying to make us desensitized. And when you're desensitized, you don't feel things, you don't feel people, you don't have a sense of what you should be, you know, happy for or, you know, cherish. Versus, you know, when you're numb to everything, it's just like you just do it because it looks good. And that's what I think a lot of people got caught into. Rather, when you think about, like, again, we're dating ourselves, but when we used to watch TGIF, this was like ABC. They had TGIF every Friday, and it was like a series of shows that we had, like Full House, Boy Meets World. What's some other shows on there?
Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Family Matters.
I think Home Improvement was on there.
Home Improvement.
I
Yeah.
think Step by Step was on there back in the day.
Step
too.
by Step. So like these were shows, and
Which was your favorite?
Oh man,
Top three. Go.
Family Matters, Boy Meets World, and Full House.
Boom.
Yeah, 100%. Boom. Those like I would love it. Like and it's very nostalgic. I think like people don't share this all the time. I don't know why. Maybe they think it's like, oh, maybe somebody think I'm corny or something. But what I loved is like my mom would personally like prepare like a dinner that I love. Like I love like it was simple things like spaghetti and meatballs. I like fish sticks and mashed potatoes. Like very kid food like sometimes, but like really well prepared. Or like macaroni and cheese. And like my mom would prepare that, and like my family would allow me to watch TV while eating the food on the Friday because it was that series. So like wherever I was at, I was like it was just something I look forward to.
Like a ritual every Friday.
A ritual, yeah. So like, and I think like when you watch those shows as a kid, even if you don't get like 95% of the content, you understood sentiments. Like even if it was a little cheesy, like at the end when like Danny Tanner is talking to his daughters, like just because they got in trouble or something like that, it had some set of values. Versus now, I feel like everything is like, I don't know if kids have that anymore. Do they? Like, I don't watch that much TV like that.
I guess maybe they would have it. I mean, I haven't watched Disney shows in a while, but maybe they would have it in those
Disney
things. Because I think those are the only channels that really have stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Because I think sitcoms are kind of just like dying.
But like the Queer Eye show on Netflix gives me I got phone calls. I'm gonna have to call that back. But
you're interrupting.
Is one of those things where that nostalgia is given back to me through that show. You know what I'm saying? Like the Fab Five brings some type of heartwarming sensation to the screen, and I appreciate shows like that from time to time because we get stuck in a lot of. I love my Marvel shows. I love my DC. I love it's a lot of action, a lot of killing sometimes, but comedy. But we don't have that feel good anymore. A lot of the time.
Yeah,
it's less. It's rare. It's more.
No, yeah. I completely agree with that. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else that I watch that's like feel good. I think I'm like internally dead.
That's horrible. No, but you can't say that after you just said what you said.
No, I'm more of like when it comes to like TV shows and stuff.
Yeah.
So I get attracted to like the murder mysteries.
Okay.
Because for some reason I like just diving into the mind.
You do like some dark stuff because like I know Jay, he shares like a lot of these like people getting hit by cars and it's like real footage or people getting sliced in half and he's like, yo, check this out, and I'm like, why did I watch?
I've cut down on stuff like that because I guess the older I get, the more I understand that like this stuff is not normal to watch.
I want to say it's not normal, like it's a reality, but at the same time it's
but I shouldn't be so comfortable watching stuff.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because it is like
to the desensitizing thing.
That's what I was
like,
saying. Yeah.
This is not right. Like we shouldn't be posting stuff like this. It's crazy.
It hits you. It hits you so much that it's like it almost becomes a PTSD. So post traumatic stress disorder, where it's like you watch something like that and you don't know that you just did like a bump of coke type of thing. It's like you might think it's a little. No, it's like a drug. Like you're doing little bits of it.
What was the word that he used? A bump of coke. Oh.
Yeah. What do you think I said?
I didn't know what the hell you said.
It's a bump of tot. Yeah, you bump of tot. You know, a bump of tot. It's the worst thing for you, man. Bump of tot.
What were we just talking about?
We're just desensitizing. So I'm saying like little increments of desensitizing yourself. It's
story time. We need like an instrumental like leading into like a story time.
Story time.
Once upon a time.
Yeah.
Back when Napster was good. I think it was like
a bump of coke.
That's totally crack, man. That's my go-to.
Everybody in Patterson, we're gonna start another Patreon for Jay's crack addiction.
My crack addiction. No, but what was I saying? Oh, back when Napster was popping, I think it was more like towards the tail end.
Yeah.
Like when everybody started getting fucking viruses and stuff from stuff that you downloaded. I was trying to download a music video.
Okay.
I think my horny ass was trying to download a Britney Spears video.
Oh, okay.
Because she was popping back in the day or
was
whatever.
Was it toxic?
I think it was before Toxic.
You know which one was actually essentially well put together is what's the one she did with Pharrell? Slave.
I'm a
Slave
slave for you.
That was the worst rendition ever. That was very sensual though.
Yeah, we were off.
Was that in the same moment where like J-Lo was coming out with like Only for Tonight?
It was around that time. There was like a maybe like a 5-year window where like we were bombarded with like pop acts.
But yeah, draw rules like, what's my motherfucking name?
Are you L-E?
See, everybody was doing those like very.
Did you think he said "Are you ready" or "Are you L-E"?
No, it's what's my motherfucking name? No, like I got that even back then.
Oh, okay.
Like,
because a lot of people thought it was "Are you ready,"
yeah,
but it's "Are you L-E."
I could see "Are you ready" too. I could hear either or, but like I got it. I got what it was.
Shout out to Lauren.
Because he would say, "What's?" Why would he say like?
Well,
why would she
the
say?
The song's about to start.
Yeah, but he's like,
"Are you ready?"
That's true. That's true.
Hold on, what's the name of that song?
Which one?
What's my motherfucking name?
Oh,
J-Lo. Here we go. It wasn't Unreal, right? It was no one.
I think so.
Was it?
'Cause I'm real. The way you walk, the way you talk.
There's a world of flavor in every Jelly Belly jelly bean.
Oh, word. Sorry for the add-on noise. Well, while this loads up and gets through this ad, my story, I'll finish it real quick. But I was trying to download a Britney Spears video on Napster. It is this song.
Can I tell you a funny story?
Let me finish my story.
No,
God damn it!
It's a perfect.
Mine is quick. Hold on.
I'm kidding.
Going back to the desensitizing thing. I was trying to download a Britney Spears video on Napster. It took 5 days to download the video because back in the day the internet was super slow and it kept getting kicked off or whatever. So
it ended up being a guy jerking off into his hand.
It was probably, I don't even know which one's worse between that one or what I actually saw. So when I opened the video, it was literally a guy. I don't know where this was filmed. It was a foreign, I would say Russia or some crazy shit like that. But some guy with his foot on the side of somebody's head up against some rocks. The guy was struggling.
Wow.
And literally shoves a knife in this guy's throat and
Wow.
pulls it out.
That was definitely not I'm a Slave.
Yeah, no. So when I watched that, I was like, well, obviously the intrigue first pops in when the video first pops in. Yeah. And then it's just like, uh-oh. And then boom. And then, and then, oh, shit.
So this guy stabs this guy in the neck?
Yeah. And literally you hear the guy like gargling on his, I'm sorry for that, but yeah, that was just the first time I ever saw anything like that. I was probably like 12.
So if we're talking
13.
about the 90s, here we go. Do you remember that site called Steak and Cheese?
Yes.
That site had a bunch of what you're talking about. It was just random clips.
I used to watch, such a sick teenager, rotten.com. You ever been on there?
Did you ever see all right, there's tons of things that came from that. So if it's part of the 90s culture where you had like a set of like these Asian twins eating each other's vomit and poop.
Ugh.
And there was that one, and they keep eating it even after they throw it up. And then there's the other one where this woman like had high heel red shoes and would step on a guy's balls.
Oh my God.
It was horrible. Like all these things, like it's kind of like the movie idea I had called like, what was it called? Twitch?
Twitch, I think.
So it's kind of like a bunch of those things back to back, but you never know you would get like a really cute puppy and you're like, oh, but then you're like, oh my God. And then the next thing you know, it's like that Russian guy, like stabbing a knife through someone's throat.
God. It was super traumatizing. Till this day, it's like engraved into my skull.
No,
that image.
Jesus.
And it's just disgusting. I hate people on the internet.
What I was going to say is like, how like we were talking about, like I used to have like, I guess this is more into my teens. I was talking like TGIF was like when I was in my teens. It's funny. I connected this where we had the box, right? And we used to watch videos like this, right? Now let it run.
Yeah, keep talking.
So
we don't get flagged.
No, cool. So we would be watching videos like this. So it'd be like this Ja Rule video, and then be like Holla Holla remix, and then like Red and Meth came on, right? And do you remember the video for You?
Oh, hold on. You know what's funny? Now watching this video here, let me pull it up on the screen so you guys can enjoy what I'm watching.
So check this out. So I'm watching, like, GT and I, which is a really good friend of mine. We're watching, you know, the box. And
He's my friend too.
Yeah, he is. So like, so me and G, right? We're watching, you know, music videos, and we're watching You by Redman and Method Man. Mind you, I wouldn't know that I would get to know one of the video girls 15 years later.
Who?
Yenny.
She's in this video?
She's in the You video.
Shut the front door. Hold on.
So,
Yo, these damn
Yenny
ads.
Lover, great actress.
I'm gonna log you into my YouTube account because I get no ads on my.
Is this the video?
Yeah.
All right. So
Which part?
So when there's two girls that like pull up to their car, you gotta let it ride, and one of them is Yenny. So it was pretty cool because it's like we, you know, through another friend of ours, Ian, we met Yenny, and
That's crazy.
we worked on a couple things. Yeah, when they're in the car.
Yo, this song was so dope.
So like, yeah, like when they're parked, these girls come up to the car. I love this song, by the way.
This is one of my favorite songs of all time.
And she's also, I think she's in the Beat Nuts video that you love too.
What
Yeah.
is going on right now? I know we gotta keep talking, man, because I don't want to.
Yeah, no, I don't want it to get flagged, but you'll
These
see.
girls in the other car, or
No.
there should be like a cutscene, no?
There's two girls that like. Hold on one sec. I think you might be too far.
Yeah. Wait, which one was the name of the song that Red and Matt
There
did?
she
Oh,
is.
there she goes. Hey, Jenny.
I just noticed that years after, so I was like,
Jenny, look at Jenny right there.
"Yo, there she is."
That's her right here.
Yeah.
You can't see her. Mira,
He said, "Mira."
Mira, Jenny.
So I was like,
Shout out to
"Yo."
Jenny. That's crazy,
Right?
That's
So I was
funny.
like, I'm just.
Wait, which is the Red and Meth video that had that cut scene with the girl on the bike that smashes into the windshield?
That's a Redman song. That's what is it called again?
Is that I'll Be That? No.
I think so.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
Try
Is
it.
You sure? I like
It
how these
starts
old
it
school
off.
videos start with the full screen.
Yeah. Oh no, it's not this one. No, I mean
No,
it
it's
could
not
be it. It's like literally like him on the corner with his homies. Like if we see that scene, then it cuts to the middle.
I think this is the first Redman song I ever heard, and I was like, "Whoa, who is this guy?"
Yeah.
I'll be there. I'll be there. It takes me to like.
That's another
man.
thing. Like we used to listen to Redman, and then next thing you know, like we meet him. It's like he's as cool.
It is.
There
This.
he is.
So this is the scene.
It's a great. And everybody's like, "Ooh," and they look away.
I think she looks away and then she crashes into the car.
Yup.
He was the originator. Like, well, I can see why, because Eminem said that he's
One of his favorite
favorite rappers of all time, and I can see the influences.
Yeah. He also, you know what? It's funny. Okay, so check this out. Apparently, Eminem was very well versed with Jersey rappers, right?
Mhm.
Because, you know, Young Z, right? We met a couple times.
Is that the one with the Hershey kiss on
Yeah.
his head?
So Young Z was part of that.
He wrote for the Fugees and stuff.
The outside. There's Outsiders, or the Outsiders are Outlaws.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Outside. Yeah. So like Eminem was actually an official member of that group. So they rolled together and like they taught each other a lot. And also Eminem, if you watch any interview, he always bigs up Tretch for his flows. So like Eminem used to come to Jersey a lot, especially Newark, and like he was part of that group. So like, you know, they say that Young Z gave a lot of flavor
To Eminem.
to D12. Yeah, and then like when you think about it, like Rod Digger was talking about it because she was part of that. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Mm-hmm.
and then everything's connected in that sense. So I
Mhm.
think it's just really, really interesting how we've been able to meet a lot of these people and actually get like some nice big ups. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like they respect our craft, and then it's like, but they've been around people that do it very well themselves, that are legends
Mm-hmm.
in our game. So it always feels good. You know,
Yeah, man. You remember, not this year, but the year before when we went to
for your
for my birthday,
yeah, and then
and
Trench.
we were just standing in. We had dinner right at Pier 115 in Edgewater. And if you're familiar with the location, it's like they have the dining area where you eat dinner or whatever, and then after hours it turns into like a little lounge area where they have a bar, and then in the next room they have a DJ, you know, playing music, and you could dance.
That's
you
a
could
really
just
good
vibe or whatever.
restaurant,
It's a
actually.
really dope spot.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
food's really good. Ooh, excuse me.
No problem.
So we had dinner, and we're like, whatever, let's get a couple drinks at the bar or whatever in the next room or whatever. So we're just standing there, you know, we take that one picture where Amy takes a picture of both of us or whatever, and we're just standing there, and all of a sudden this guy walks in, and he has this big bubble coat.
No, it's fur.
Was it a fur coat?
It was
Yeah,
a
it was a
fur
fur coat, because I remember it was like a huge obnoxious coat.
Yo.
Mind you, it was wintertime. It was in January, so you know that's weather appropriate.
No, yeah.
But usually with stuff like that, your eyes immediately get drawn to something like that. Like, yo, this is flashy as hell.
Yeah.
So this dude, it's dark in there. So bald black dude, big fur coat.
Yeah.
And
once
he
you
just-
see that goatee, it's like, okay,
That's it.
I know who this is.
Yeah, because I'm looking at him. I was like, and I turned to you. I'm like, is that Tretch?
Yeah. And then he came over to, so he kind of gave us
He
like
looked
a,
like he was high as hell.
he was either high or drunk or both.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of gave us like a hug, and then he was like, peace. Because Tretch, like,
So weird.
he knows who we are,
Mhm.
but he's definitely intoxicated. He was
Yeah,
just-
he was pretty
Yeah.
up there. So that was just interesting that night. It was just super random.
Yeah.
But
The coolest and most like KG from All by Nature, which is kind of like third member, like a DJ.
Mhm.
He always used to come in to my job, and he was always so chill, like very shy.
mhm.
He's the shy type of dude, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Okay. All right. So shout out to Redman, man. I want a collaboration with Redman.
Yes,
We almost had it,
I know.
even if it was just on the production tip.
And he was excited
So
to get
upset
mad
about it.
people on there. He was like, "Yo, should I hit up Busta?" He was like, and then he
Yo.
was like, Mr. Cheeks was there.
It's like all these things that he was saying. It was like,
yeah.
oh my God.
Like, imagine just like, oh my God. And just as a producer, as an artist, you're just like, whoa.
And as a fan, it's just like, whoa.
Yeah, man.
So
I don't feel like it's the end all. I just so many frustrations from that situation, but
yeah.
I mean, it was still cool because at the end of the day, you know, we got props for what we
Mhm.
do from Redman, and
Yeah.
as we see, it's a small world. Like, we know people that made it to the videos and this and that. Like Jersey,
Well, Rock still shoots his videos.
Rock still shoots his videos.
Shout out to Big Homie Rock.
Yeah, so like it's one of those situations where like Jersey gets smaller as you get deeper into the top tiers of the industry, like little entertainment world of Jersey.
There's an official video for Double Up, and it's 11 minutes long.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, it's got Lauren London in it and everything. I put you on.
You didn't show me the video.
I sent you a link.
Did
I
you?
said, let me know what you think. I asked you, did you imagine this type of video for the song when you think of it?
It's probably one of those things that I was like, I'll get to it later, and I forgot.
Yeah, no, I definitely sent it.
No, I'm definitely gonna check that out once we're done here. But I
If
guess
anybody knows anybody, I mean, I had like, the thing is, I don't know. Again, it comes down to this politics and stuff. And I think I'm going to be like outspoken about this to a certain extent. But it's like, I have Redman's number, right? I've texted him multiple times. I've called him. He's actually answered once when we first got out of that meeting.
Mhm.
But after that, I don't know what was said by certain people or what the deal was, in the sense of like what was the vibe that was caught
Mhm.
after that because of what somebody said. But like I said, Sister Asia knows Rod Digger, Redman, and all this. She knows everybody, and it's like a lot of people that we work with don't know that we know or have met these other people too.
Let's pull some cards, man. Let's continue pulling.
Because Mr.
cards.
Cheeks was supposed to show up to Lenny's video the other day, and I was like, "Why?" But it's just
Mr. Cheeks.
Mr. Cheeks.
That's random.
It was
Why Mr. Cheeks?
because a lot of Lenny's management knows, you know,
old school
hip hop heads. So like,
That's funny.
so for me, it's like it's always that 1 to 3 degrees of separation that we always come across. Always come across. We'll know.
It's so close too. It's not even 3 to 4 degrees anymore. It's just like one
Yeah.
on multiple outlets.
It's just harder too because we live in a very self-sufficient industry now where it's like Redman has to hold his own, Ja Rule has to hold his own. You know, it's not like these guys have their own like labels in a sense. Like they're their own industries. Like they have connects due to who they are, but everybody still has to stay afloat, you know? If Redman's still not selling what Redman does, you get lost in the sauce, and like he still has bills at the end of the day, whether it's like a car note that's expensive or you know, he has to take care of his multiple houses or families. Like everybody still has to make their ends meet. So it's just on a different level.
I think Mr. Cheeks put out a video 5 days ago.
That's crazy. Mr. Cheeks remind me of Antoine so much. Like if they met each other, it'd be like Spider-Man meme.
I think he's like shot. Like he has that personality of like a person that's kind of shot.
Yeah.
In the sense that it's like he says things
Mm-hmm.
and doesn't realize how funny he is.
Yes.
So yeah, that's what I remember from that interaction. He was just mad chill, mad cool.
Yeah.
We've already spoken about that, but this is a good segue for one of the topics
Okay.
that I wanted to talk about. Staying on the hip hop end, old school hip hop end. Rough Riders or Rockefeller back in their heyday. Which one would you pick
Rough Riders.
as far as their roster?
Rough Riders.
Even with Jay-Z on the other end?
I'm
talking about Jay-Z, State Property.
I mean, you
else
really
is on
can't
there?
beat that in the sense that like you have a lot more hits. Well, no.
Who do you prefer?
The thing is, the energy was always there. Like, because even if you're talking Rough Riders, I would take maybe that. Initially, I said Rough Riders, so I don't really want to back up on it because Swiss Beats still brought in Jay-Z for a lot of songs.
Mm-hmm.
You had DMX, right? You had
Drag On.
Jadakiss,
Drag On.
Drag On,
The Lox.
Eve, The Lox. Like,
I think the roster was better.
yeah.
Outside of Jay-Z,
You have
there
Memphis
really
Bleak,
weren't
Freeway,
anything crazy.
Chris and
Except for
Neve.
Freeway had a couple bangers. Chris and Neve had a couple dope songs.
Yeah.
Who was Philly's Most Wanted sound by?
Philly's
Remember
Philly's
them?
Most was like, I think their own, like, I think maybe it was Arista or something because Arista was also had like Pharrell and stuff. I think, or RCA.
I think they were under Pharrell.
Arista or RCA at that time.
Yeah.
Star Trek. They were Star Trek after a while,
I
right?
would think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought they were part of one of those. I would definitely pick the Rough Riders too. Mainly because when I first started listening to hip hop, DMX was one of the first artists.
That's what I was saying. Like
that I listened to.
I was literally put on to Ja Rule, DMX, Busta Rhymes, then Jay-Z.
Jay-Z was one of my maybe like the 5th or 6th guy I started listening to.
Because I got the tail end, like I got the tail end of Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt.
I didn't even start then.
No, I got the tail end because I was hearing it.
Yeah.
But then, like, by the time I got into Jay-Z, I was buying the Hard Knock Life Volume 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was my first CD. So I had Extinction.
Yeah,
Like, my first CD was Ja Rule's Vedi Vidi Vici. And I also had a Spice Girls tape. I'm not even going to front.
I have a younger sister, so I was into the whole, like, boy bands.
Yeah, boy bands, like Backstreet
singers,
Boys.
Christina Aguilera.
I was never
Britney.
into 98 Degrees or stuff like that, but I was definitely into,
They had a
like,
couple songs.
Backstreet Boys was dope because they had, like, those zombie, like,
Remember Old Town?
O-Town. Who else?
Spice Girls were popping. Remember the lollipop gums that they had?
Yeah.
They used to come with like a a mini poster.
Yes.
That was pretty dope.
Crazy Town was like my thing. Remember
Crazy
Butterfly,
Town.
baby. Come my lady, come my lady.
You're my butterfly, sugar, baby.
That song was hot.
Yo, that shit was hot.
And then
I think that guy committed suicide.
really,
I'm pretty sure the lead singer of. Sorry.
are you talking about what? Didn't
Hold
the
on.
lead singer of Prodigy die recently?
Yeah, he died a few weeks ago.
Damn.
I think last month. I forget his name. Crazy Town lead singer. Go ahead. You could continue talking.
What was I saying though?
His
all right, so it
name-
was Ja
his
Rule
name
and
was
Spice.
Shifty Shell Shock.
Shifty Shell.
That's a dope ass name.
You know who a lot of people forgot about? Obi Trice.
Obi Trice. Real games, no games.
But yeah, it was Ja Rule, Spice Girls, and then I had Extinction Level Event by Busta Rhymes. Then I had DMX, Flesh of My Flesh, the Blood of My Blood, and then I had Hard Knock Life Volume 2, Jay-Z, and that started my whole CDs. And then by that time, I bought The Understanding by Memphis Bleak.
I know Shifty's still alive. I'm
Really?
sorry, I killed him in my head.
Oh shit! Don't kill Shifty.
Sorry, Shifty.
What's he look like now?
A hot mess.
Really? He still looks the
He
same kind of.
looks a little wrinkled. He still has the little mohawk going.
Yeah.
Yeah. He still looks pretty good. He
Yeah.
looks all right.
That's pretty
He's
dope.
44. But yeah, my first few hip hop CDs, Busta was on there, Extinction Level Event. The Ludacris back for the first time.
Oh shoot!
The
Never had that CD, but I had the songs downloaded.
Beat Nuts album.
Nice.
What was the other one? DMX, Flesh of My Flesh,
Mm-hmm.
Blood of My Blood, and It's Dark and Hell is Hot.
Yes, it's dark.
That was the first one. So those were the first few artists. I got into Jay-Z a little later, around the time where I got into Eminem. The first time I discovered Eminem, I was watching TRL. And during TRL, dating ourselves right now, but during the TRL days, they used to do this thing called, they would take a screenshot from a music video and they
Yeah.
would ask you like, oh, call in to see which video it is or whatever.
Where it's from.
Yeah. So the first video was My Name Is.
Gotcha.
And they screenshotted that scene where Eminem was dressed up like Marilyn Manson.
Gotcha.
So when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's Marilyn Manson.
Easy.
And then when they came back and they showed who it was, they were like, oh no, it's Eminem, Slim Shady, My Name Is. And they played the video. I'm like, what is this?
I
This is
can't
crazy.
even lie. Like I always say it all the time. I slept on Eminem until the second quarter of his Marshall Mathers LP, and that's when I started listening.
That's a good album to get into.
No, it's great, but like I didn't really when My Name Is came out and all that. Like I don't know, I didn't gravitate to it.
It's a hit or miss with the My Name Is. I never really liked the funny, quirky songs that he would get into.
D12 I ate up though. Like I just between everybody like Proof, Bizarre and all them, like Purple Pills was my joint. It just sounded so fresh to me.
Blue and yellow, purple.
Because it's the same thing. Nelly, like between D12, like that's a very Michigan Midwestern sound. Then Nelly, what he brought with the Saint Lunatics,
Murphy Lee was my guy.
like
man.
they had a very distinctive sound, and it was just like one of those things where it's like you felt the flavor for where they came from. You know, it's like if you went to a Slim Shady barbecue and you went to like a Nelly and Saint Lunatics barbecue, you felt it. Like there's different flavors. That's so crazy.
Yo. I'm about to like
Purple
make
Pills.
a old school like hip hop playlist on
Right.
that stuff. What was it? The Lunatics. What was their big song?
A lot of
Saint
people say
Lunatics.
like two pairs, like the
Batter
Air
Up.
Forces.
Oh, Air Force Ones. Give me two purrs. Batter Up. I don't even remember this one.
Yeah. Could turn up a little.
I do remember this one.
Hey, but it's the way they dressed and everything. Like they really had their own style. They felt like superhero. Like you've looked at them like superhero.
What was his name? Do you remember?
Oh no.
Because
I
I
know it
know
was-
this guy with the mask. He never did anything but hype
Yeah,
because he never rapped. Forget his name.
This guy had like a country ass name though.
So there's Murphy Lee was in the back somewhere. Murphy Lee was my guy, man.
Yeah, Murphy Lee was dope.
What was his song? He did a.
Murphy Lee had what was it called?
He had one hit, I think. Murphy Lee, we got What the Hook Gonna Be
Let me hear that one again, because I don't remember that.
with Jermaine Dupri.
Yo, check it out. This shit dirty. Nelly broadcasting live from
Nelly was the shit. You remember this?
Yeah.
What the Hook Gonna Be?
Wow.
Look-
Now I'm just
look
thinking
at the
about all the
big
songs from that
jerseys.
era. Yeah.
Big jerseys. We got JD in the video.
You guys gotta let us know which jerseys were you rocking during
Oh, I
high
can tell you.
school.
You remember Vocal?
Yes.
I bought a Vocal jersey.
Wow.
And wore it backwards, just like that.
I had a Bullets jersey. I also had I had
Should've
one
kept
more.
that. That's probably cost money now.
Yeah, right.
That team doesn't exist anymore.
No, I had the Bullets jersey, and I probably have even pictures of me rocking it. But remember the jeans they had too with all the the teams on them. The NBA
Looking back
jeans,
at it, that thing is so cheesy.
right?
Remember this song?
Yes.
Yo, Bad Boys 2.
Wow. Mind you, they're gonna come out with another one.
They oh, okay.
This was
2003.
the
I was gonna
this
say,
was the
'cause
time where
it
like
said it
you
was
had to.
published in 2016. I'm like, nah, that song is definitely
No,
older than
you
that.
you had to match your jersey with your sneakers. You had to match your fitted with your
Everything had to
everything.
match head to toe. Yeah. So yeah, I had a Vocal jersey. I had this jersey by this basketball player named Darius Miles,
Yeah.
who was pretty popular for a few years, and I bought it off of eBay because it was
Wow.
like his high school jersey.
Jeez.
So I had that because in high school it was always a competition: who had the dopest jersey, who had the most exclusive jersey.
That was Antoine. Antoine was always bringing like a Fox Lakers jersey.
Oh, Rick Fox,
Because he kind of looked like it. Like
Pretty
Stat
boy
came
Fox.
in
I
with like
can
a
see
beard
that.
and a perm one time.
Pretty boy Fox, man.
Crazy.
Let's see what else we got on here. We got this.
We
Nelly
in the
had some
dirt.
bangers before, like
We in the
he went
dirty,
country.
dirty. Grills.
Yeah,
Is that with Paul Wall?
yeah, featuring Paul Wall.
Paul Wall.
Paul
if
Wall
you
got
see,
skinny.
yeah, he got skinny. Have
Remember
you
this?
ever seen Bubba Sparks too? He looks like a dad.
No,
He looked like
a country dad.
it. You should look up Bubba
I'm gonna
Sparks.
look up Bubba Sparks now. Yeah, definitely gonna hook you up with my.
People are
YouTube.
listening into the podcast right now, like, okay, guys, you've lost us for the past.
People will
15
appreciate
minutes.
this throwback segment if
Yeah,
you
right.
are old enough to know who the hell we're talking about. Where's Bubba Sparks?
Bubba Sparks, College Park.
Booty, 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 rocking everywhere. So if you know that song, you know who we're talking about.
Yeah, man.
I found you, Miss New Booty.
Did you type in Bubba Sparks 2019?
Yes, sir.
That's him with his wife. That gray, black and white
This one?
picture. Yeah.
Oh my God, such an awkward smile.
Look at Bubba.
Bubba look good though.
Yeah,
He
right.
looks like a Bubba.
Yeah, he does.
Look at Bubba over here, looking like he could take your girl.
Right? Why does he look like John B?
Look at him here.
Look at him.
Why does he look like a gay makeup artist here? He has the happy eyes.
does.
Okay, Bubba.
Maybe he's trying to join the Fab Five.
He
He's
look
trying
good.
to try
Look
to.
at him. He looks like DJ Snake here.
Yeah, right.
After having too many crepes
Wow.
or too many croissants.
I thought that was Ice Cube or Ice T in the back.
Yeah, that's funny. Bubba Sparks, man. Now I gotta put Miss New Booty. I
Found you,
Miss New Booty.
Or you got to put the Yin Yang Twins Whisper song.
I feel like they still play that song, don't they?
Oh hell yeah, they
In the
do.
clubs. Hey, little mama.
Whisper in your ear.
Actually, instead of Miss New Booty, let's do this one.
Ugly. Wow.
This beat, when it first came out,
Yeah, once I
Blew
knew
my
Timberland was behind it, I was like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
blew my mind.
You saw this guy and you're like, okay, He's staying in his lane.
He's hella country.
He's hella
and
country.
he embraced it.
Yeah.
Look at this guy dancing with the rats.
Wow. Classic.
Oh my god. Yo.
You know what's
love his
dope though?
partnership.
You could tell they all had a good team because
Mm-hmm.
they said, you know, we could try to do this and this, and
Mhm.
they said, let's do this
Mhm.
because one, it's true to us.
Mm-hmm.
Two, it's
We're not
refreshing.
faking it.
No.
Yeah.
No, this has been a throwback though.
Nice
Like
little
this,
throwback.
this is nice.
But should we continue with this? Hold on. You know what's one of my songs that makes me happy all the time?
What's that?
I'll play it for you right now. No. What's his name?
My favorite is Lap Dance by NERD.
That's a good song. This song never fails to not make me happy.
Oh wow.
Don't say it yet. These damn ads, bro. So
I know.
annoying.
Wasn't like that before.
Weekend. Who are you? Hey.
Yes. This is when they made an album, like 2 different discs, but it was together still.
The Love Below and Speaker
It
Box.
sold a lot. It sold a
Yeah.
lot. And they were both favorite equally.
They all had their vibe. They both had their vibe.
Yeah.
I think this song surpassed everything else, though.
Oh, it's true. You know, this is a classic. It's when you know that, like, within the hip hop community and like a bunch of white people at weddings know a song, like it's kind of like, you know, you made it. Like you play Hey Ya at a wedding, and it's like it doesn't matter if you're like who you are.
Oh, you think you got it. Oh, you think you got it. Somebody did a really dope cover of this song. Was it Hey Ya? What's his name? Goldlink did a cover.
Bombs over Baghdad.
Roses, yeah, he did. Did you hear this?
Yes, I did.
He did a really dope cover of this.
It's like when Black did a cover of Erykah Badu.
Even though I've always wondered, like, if we ever land on one of these shows, right?
Yeah,
And they ask you to do a cover of a song,
yeah.
what song do you think we could actually like pull off?
I don't know.
It's kind of like karaoke, hip hop karaoke.
Yeah, I know. Just trying to think of something that
Because he picked the perfect song for his lane. Because
Yeah.
he doesn't
His
have like
voice,
the
too.
greatest voice, but it's perfect for him.
That's dope.
He's in his lane. It's his style.
Mm.
Because I think he even pulls out a verse later too that he wrote, I think,
That's
if I'm not mistaken. Oh, that's the other guy. I don't even know who that is.
That's super dope though.
Yeah. Would you think of a song that we
Um,
can possibly cover
uh,
that has to have like some kind of melodies?
I would just try to think of like like I wouldn't say like a group like us, but that we're like doing something like that.
Majid Jordan song?
I don't know. Like there would be something where it's like, you know what I would do? Maybe like "Run to the Sun" by NERD. We can run to the sun and never come back. Do, 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 do. You know, like with the little band in the background, like. I love her.
I do remember this.
You're my favorite time. With this line goes while you're here.
Vocally,
I
he definitely
wanna
pulled it
tell you something. It's that I want you, girl. Right?
off. This is one of my favorite covers of all time. When Childish Gambino does
Yes.
"So Into You." This is when I looked at him like, yo, he can sing.
Yeah.
He killed this.
That's super dope.
I'm slowly realizing my dreams don't really make up.
I'm trying to get to the hook real quick.
What you done to me, can't really explain it.
Okay.
Super dope.
So we went on a little throwback. I guess we could end it there with the throwbacks. What I was gonna ask you earlier while we were walking to the Chinese spot to get your food.
Oh yes.
If you would say that that's your favorite Chinese food spot, right?
Yeah, for this area, yeah, 100%.
You would say, do you trust them?
100%.
If you found out one day
Uh-huh.
that the chicken you've been getting
Uh-huh.
is not actually chicken,
Uh-huh.
would you stop eating there?
I mean, if the animal they're using is still okay and edible, I would say fuck it. You've been preparing it so well, and
Come
I
on.
haven't gotten sick from it, so no. I would keep eating it.
What if it was a cat?
Cats piss me off, so yeah, 100%. I mean,
So you would still eat it? if it
yeah,
was a cat.
because to me, to think that like we're all height and mighty because like we eat a chicken, like chickens, cows, everybody knows how to fuck, everybody knows how to think. Like pigs are smart. If you're eating meat in general, I want to eat an intelligent, sassy ass cat, because like a cat is sassy, it's smart, it's like
so bitchy.
if I'm eating
Oh,
that,
so
I'm
much
taking its
attitude.
soul. You know what I'm saying? So if anything, if you're next week, you're like, you know what, you've been acting a little sassy, I'll be like, I must be eating cat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, that's a funny ass answer.
all animals, like I said, yeah, it's like all animals breathe, fuck, run, have communication, all that. So to think that, you know, you fart higher than your ass, like my dad would say, is like, it's stupid to think that, oh, I eat chicken, I'm better than you. It's like, no, it's a fucking meat at the end of the day.
You know, the other day, I was telling this to Amy the other day. I was like borderline vegan.
You? How?
I thought I was gonna make the switch
Really?
because I don't know if you remember a couple of weeks ago, I had eaten drumsticks for like 3 or 4 days straight.
Yes.
They were grossing me out by the time. I can't eat drumsticks anymore.
I don't like drumsticks because they're usually like, the meat on it is closer to like that cartilage texture. It's like, I don't know.
I actually don't mind the cartilage texture. That's just, I
hate
don't know
it.
what it was. I think maybe because I ate it too many days in a row,
Ugh.
it just grossed me out by the time I was done.
I mean, there's nothing
So I
bad
don't
because
think
you
I'll
could do
eat very good again.
plant-based. You could do plant-based on keto.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's just good for the system, like to just replenish and then
Oh,
go.
no. I'm not saying that I'm going vegan or
No,
anything.
Maybe your body's telling you something. I always say instinctively, maybe your body's telling you something where it's like, okay, we need more greens or this or that, and then like you do it, and then you could come back. It's just like, I would say try things because at least you know how they feel,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can say like, this is where I needed more balance in my
Mhm.
diet, and that's what I did with all mine. It's like, I just got an idea for it, and I feel like I took everything with a grain of salt, and I took what I enjoyed from each one. So
Mhm.
like, you know, keto in a sense, it's like get more kale and then you do protein. And to me, that's great.
Lit.
People don't do that, man. You know, there's people out there that eat fried poultry or fried meat or whatever every day with no salad and just carbs. There's so many people I know that go to the Chinese food restaurant. They're like, I just want sugary sauce on my white rice and give me fried General Tso's, no sauce sometimes even.
I
Like,
like General Tso's chicken.
yeah, but I'm saying there's so many people out there that eat like that haven't eaten a fucking vegetable in the,
I know a couple people that have never eaten a vegetable. And
Like-
I'm wondering, like, how are you not sick?
your intestines must smell like
Ew. I don't even want to think about it.
Jesus.
Who's this?
It's John B, man. That's the legend right there. This is
Yo,
the
that-
white guy that can go to any like cookout and like
Is he full white? Or is he
he
mixed?
looks Hispanic, right?
He looks Middle Eastern to me.
Middle Eastern,
Yeah.
maybe.
He looks like Thakur. I was talking to Thakur.
He's
earlier.
Iranian, Iraqi. I mean,
Thakur's Iraqi?
Yeah.
I was talking to him earlier. I was texting him.
yeah.
Such a good spirit, that man.
Yo, he has been my brother.
Mhm.
Like we don't show much, but
He always calls me Habib.
Habib, yeah, that means brother.
Yeah, I called him Habibi.
Yeah, that's how it is though. Like he's
He's my dude, man.
he's
cool,
amazing.
dude.
Yeah, very.
I was asking because well, not asking, but I had asked on my Instagram if anybody had like any like electronics or like any old phones that nobody's using, so I could give to one of my kids or whatever.
Yeah.
I was going through a rough time. And he hit me up. He was like, "Oh, I was thinking of selling my phone, but you know, this is for a greater cause, so you can have it, so you can give it to him. I was like, damn.
His values, he's one of the people when they close the door, turn off the lights, his value's still there.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter who's watching, and I respect that about him.
Yeah.
He comes from very good. His intentions are great. You know what I'm saying? He always kind of like, and I always feel bad because we did that video, and he was really looking forward to it. So he said,
"Yo, he did his thing."
He always said, "If you ever need me again, I'm ready. I'm ready." And I know he's saying that like he wants to do it again.
He has a personality, man. He's funny. Side note, did I tell you I went to the new Boom Burger in Clifton?
No, but what is that?
So Boom Burger is like basically what it is. It's just a burger joint.
Okay.
And it has like a bar, and they're trying to make it like this new nightlife in Clifton, because for a while it's just been like Shannon Rose.
Okay.
If you want to grab a beer and some food late night or whatever, I think they're trying to mimic that.
Okay.
But elevate it a little more, where they want like, I guess, DJs to come in, make it like a dance thing. I went the other day, opening weekend. It was like a Saturday. They opened that Thursday, and I went there, and I would think that as a burger joint, you would want to emphasize on your food, right?
It sounds like a very just
impression.
like food chain type of thing. If you told me Boom Burger, I thought it would be the next like Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not thinking that it in my head you're making it sound like a 2019 50s version of like a diner where they serve burgers and you can dance on the dance floor.
Yeah.
Like somebody puts on the jukebox and it's like, hey, like.
Yeah, but I don't know. I didn't like it.
It was the vibe or the food?
The vibe, the food. It was $15 for a burger, right?
Okay.
Mind you, I didn't get the bun. I didn't get any fries. But it's just like the portions are so small. Like the burger was like this small for $15. I'm like, nah. So they made it really
for $15. You gotta have like a half a pound of meat.
Yeah, like
it's gotta be Kobe beef.
Spot, yeah. But I don't know. It was a side note.
Nah.
If you're going to Clifton, Boom Burger, just go for drinks. Maybe just grab a drink and watch like sports or something. I'm assuming like on football Sunday, once that comes around, that'll probably like be the spot.
To me, a good burger is like if any of you guys remember, like from West Orange, if you guys are from the West Orange area, if you guys remember Pal's made some crazy burgers. That's where there's a CVS that is in that where the restaurant used to be. But Pal's, you asked for medium rare or medium, you got it how you asked for it. It was like thick, juicy burgers. You could taste like the fat. It was like a really well mixed beef. It was more fat, so it was definitely juicy. It was flavorful. I don't know if they had wood or charcoal. You could taste that on the burger. They had sauteed mushrooms and onions, and they were really sauteed mushrooms and onions. It wasn't just like we threw them on the grill with the burger. It was pan sauteed mushrooms and onions. We're talking about like if you asked for bacon, however you wanted it, crispy or not. If you asked for sharp cheddar, you tasted the sharp cheddar. Like, these are things that would make a burger a burger. Like, anybody else that's doing it the opposite, you're skimping. You're, like, cutting corners. A real good burger is, like, in, like, French, we call it parfait because it's parfait is perfect in French. And to me, like, a burger in Germany, it's like you really got to layer it like a cake. And if you're not using the right buns and stuff like that, that's soaking up the juice, but are also soft and sweet in comparison to the salty and savory of the burger. You can't have too much tomato or too much lettuce that's overpowering it. You know, if you're a mayo person, you got to have it where it's not sliding, but it's still making the burger moist. Like it's
Good Lord, stop.
You know what I'm saying? it's a dance. It's a formula, and like, you know what I'm saying? This guy went for the water. He's like, stop talking.
I did it to myself.
No, but that's how it is, and I don't think a lot of joints just say we make good burgers, but like if you're somewhat of a burger I wouldn't even say
I don't know if they
connoisseur.
claim like, yo, Boom Burger, best burger joint in this.
Yeah,
in
but
the
if you're
hood,
gonna
but
make, if the word burger is in the title,
that's my point.
that's what you better be bringing some type of
Right.
oomph, like,
Especially first impression too. Like first
Yeah.
impression, like I'm never eating there again.
no, see,
Like I'll go there and grab a drink,
but
but
see,
I can just go to
that-
Shannon Rose and grab a drink and grab good food because they have good food there.
restaurants like artists, there's like ones that get on and ruin it for everybody else because it's like you had the people's ears, you had the people's patience, and you ruined it. You fucking ruined it because you don't know how to make a good burger, but you want to claim you do. And that's what shows it's like a bad team. You're not passionate about it. You're not gonna last.
That's a perfect location too. It's right on Route 3. Okay, on
Yeah.
On to the
please,
next one.
On.
because we could go on day for day.
I'm gonna start grabbing the
days of
mic.
this thing.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's jump into the gallery
Okay.
since we have a few minutes left. But
Gallery. You want to hit him first, or you want me to hit him
you go
first?
first.
Okay.
I have a couple people I want to hit up.
I'm actually going to this young lady. Super dope personality. Very humble, and at the same time, very extending. She kind of like looks out for me and Jay. Multiple, different things. Her name is Amanda Geronimo. I believe I'm saying that correctly. Amanda Geronimo.
If you're saying it in Dominican, it's Geronimo.
Geronimo. Well, there you go, and that's why I have you here.
I got you. You're Dominican consultant. I got you.
Because
fam.
in my head, she's just got this dope like backpack jumping out of a plane. She's like Amanda Geronimo. And it's just like,
Geronimo.
but yeah, no, this young lady is one of those people that when you're around her, she takes her craft very seriously, and she is perfecting it and doing better every day. So as a makeup artist, just an artist in general, I want to give a big shout out to Amanda. Again, great person to know. She gets the job done and does it immaculately every time. I met her during a wedding a few years ago, and she was working on the bride. And she recently got her own teaching class through NARS. And NARS, yeah, it's like a makeup company that is pretty up there. I think they sell like, Sephora and all that. So she had her a couple of classes, and I think she got a second one in New York. So just giving you an applause right there. Just keep going, doing what you do. On the One Eye Photography page and my personal page, we did this like one day, like, I kind of owed her a favor for, looking us out on a couple of projects. And I said, hey, you want to shoot and you want to do something? So we compiled this cool little video and some shots she put on her page.
Yeah, she did her thing on that.
Yeah. So again, shout out to Amanda and her company. If anybody's looking for a dope makeup artist for a photo shoot, an event, just in general, if you just feel like feeling pretty for the day,
we'll add her name to this video.
Yeah. Look for that link. Whoop.
Do it like a little lower, like
Whoop.
make sure you're in frame.
I hope so.
Yeah, you probably are. But yeah, I met her once at that shoot with Sam.
Yes.
And she gave me dope vibes, and I know she always looks out for you and us when it comes to like clients and stuff like that. So definitely shout out to her.
Young too.
Yeah,
Like really making dope moves at a young age.
baby.
Oh, baby.
You got anybody else?
Yeah. I was going to shout out our soulful sister.
Yeah.
She's like a confidant. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Benetton confidant.
she's always making us feel amazing about what we do, and she does it out of the
Just off the strength.
off the strength, the realness of her heart.
Strength with an F.
Big 4K, 8K. I want an 8K shout out. And that's just
an
a personal insider joke. I want an 8K shout out to the one, the only, Neffy Gold. Nefertiti. Neffy Gold, Nefertiti Gold. However you want to say her name, you say it with respect.
Put some respect on
Put
that
some
name.
respect on it.
If not, we throwing hands.
We coming for you.
I mean, we'll probably talk about it first, but if you guys escalate to physical aggression, we will defend ourselves.
Yes. So please check out our very, very, very talented artist friend. She plays the guitar and she sings,
Yes.
and she does it simultaneously. Not only does she do it well, she kills it. She kills it. She kills it. So look out for a collab. We're working on something. We're working on something super dope.
Yeah, we're working on a collab.
Yeah.
Long
and-
overdue.
No, it's just when you meet genuine people in this game or in life in general, keep those people close, because one, even if you're not in like talking business or whatever, they're just good people to have in your circle, good energy, true friendships, and you don't come across that a lot in life.
Yeah, man. Shout out to you, girl.
Yes.
Soul sister.
Yes.
On my end, so we can wrap things up,
Okay.
I have 3 people
Whoa,
I want to
wow.
shout.
You got a lot of going. Let's go.
2 in the same realm, and then 1 person I thought you would shout out, but
Okay.
I'll shout it out first.
Okay.
First one is the lovely Miss Jora Francis.
Oh, you got me.
Ooh, I thought you would have. I gave you a couple
She
opportunities.
is amazing, amazing, amazing. Oh my God. Like, there's not a lot of people that inspire me. And I don't say that like in a negative context, but when like somebody exceeds your expectations in inspiration, this is this woman, Jora Francis, who does music.
Francis?
She's a photographer first and does like very high-end fashion retro photography.
Yeah.
She has shot the Cardi B videos,
This
but
is the
she
shots.
responds to DMs and everything. When you applaud her work, she is still very humble. She reaches back,
It's
and
the shot right here that put me onto her.
my God, her imagery. If there's somebody that I definitely would want us to work with in the future, is definitely her. Like,
Word.
shout out to you.
Just bring us on set so we can see what you do, just to admire the things that
Each
you do.
photo
'cause
is just,
even just the visuals and the videos. Look at this.
they look like moving
Photos,
portraits.
yeah.
Like,
So, you know.
yeah, you
add
got
her
me on
name
that
so you
one.
can check it out,
You
man. 'cause
definitely-
her Instagram is popping, man. I love everything that she's doing right now. So
Wow.
shout out to her.
You're right.
The other, I gave you a couple.
You got
episodes.
me. You got me. You got me.
The other 2 guys, just to wrap things up real quick. The first one is his name is Official Nez,
Official news.
Nehs. This is the one I mentioned earlier that
Okay.
he actually commented on one of our videos. I don't know how he stumbled across it. I think he might either follow me or whatever, but he's a painter that is he paints a lot of superhero stuff.
Oh, dope.
So he does canvas work. So he does like each canvas is unique.
Okay.
So every time you buy a piece, it's an original, one of a kind piece.
Not a copy, not a duplicate or print.
Yeah, he paints everything by order.
Wow.
Paints. Did I say paint or print? He paints everything by order.
Gotcha.
So, another guy that I've actually purchased things from. I'm gonna buy something off Nez whenever I can afford it.
Gotcha.
'Cause it's a good 100 to maybe like 150, depending. It goes up to like $200 to $300. Some of the pieces,
For
depending
Nez?
on the size. Yeah.
That's not bad though.
Depending on the size, yeah, but I ain't
Yeah.
got $150 to
Gotcha,
$200 to throw up there. But yeah, once a piece comes around that I really want, I'm definitely gonna get it. But a guy that I have actually purchased from is his name is Reno Masad.
Okay.
He's in that realm too, but he does more what he calls commission work. Where
Okay.
somebody will ask him to do something, he'll do it. He does comic book art too.
Nice. So if you're like, I want kind of like a Marvel versus Capcom, I want Iron Man fighting Mega Man.
I think he did one of Batman fighting Darth Vader,
Wow.
if I'm not mistaken. Let me see if I can find
That's
it. But
dope.
I like Reno's work. He is a cool dude. Like every time I hit him up, he hits me back.
Nice.
I bought the Juggernaut piece. I don't know if you see me post that, the Juggernaut and
Yes,
Deadpool
yes,
piece.
That's his work?
That's his work.
Wow.
He is super dope, super cool guy. He seems super chill. I think he's from New York too,
Nice.
because from the videos and the way he speaks, I can tell he's from New York. But yeah, man, he's super dope. He has very affordable stuff. He does all these prints that are pretty small, but nice size. They're probably like this
Oh,
big.
wow.
So I bought a few off of him for like $8 each.
Very well done.
This is a lot more affordable too.
That's a lot of work too.
Yeah. So
Oh, he's got Z and Mega Man. He's
Mhm.
got Deadpool.
he prints those, but he prints those on I don't even know what you would call it, canvas paper.
Nice.
So it's like a nice thick piece of paper. So
Beautiful.
it's dope. So I really enjoy his work.
Shout out to
And-
anybody that's doing what they really love, man.
Yeah,
Again, if it makes you happy, even
Mhm.
if you're having trouble to make ends meet, just know you're on the right track because
Mhm.
you're making somebody else happy, you know?
Yeah, man. So I know I said 3, but I want to shout out one last person.
Okay, wow.
Is our homegirl Cindy.
Cindy.
She started her little Ballin' with Sin page. Did you see
Balling with Sin.
that? Yeah, you haven't followed?
No.
Come on, man. You got to support the girl.
I was on
Support
Cinderella's Cupcakes. I was
Yeah.
on, what was it?
So-
The one with the Calcano family.
Yeah, the Calcano family is very ambitious. So they have the Cinderella Cupcakes. Put that right here.
Boom.
Ballin' with Sin,
Okay.
which is a page I really enjoy. So she posts a lot of things that you can go to, like bars or like restaurants or anything
She's
in
doing her
general,
own
like
reviews?
movies. Not reviews, but she'll tell you where you can get a deal. Like she'll
Oh,
tell you
okay.
where the best happy hours are, or like through T-Mobile, they'll give you like a deal to watch a movie for like $5 or something like that. So
That's
whatever
crazy.
there's a good deal, she'll post it on her page, which is pretty dope.
That's
It's kind of
super.
like the travel girls that I follow,
Yeah, it's Sus
but
Tra-
for
Suz.
Suze's travel.
Suze's.
But for like what she calls balling on a budget. So
Balling with Sin, I mean, that's a great
Mhm.
name.
and balling with Sin. The picture's funny as hell. And I don't want to mess this up, but I guess I'll give her sister a shout out on the next one so I
Gotcha.
can get that correct. But that's the gallery for this week. We'll continue shouting you guys out, man. Oh, we're doing this off the strength, just knowing you guys and appreciating your work. You don't have to do anything in return. We just appreciate your love
Yeah.
and support.
You're a real
Um,
one.
Yeah, man. Thank
Real
you.
one.
Thank you for being the day ones. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? I'm talking about Cindy, not the other artists.
Oh, it's like,
I would love them to be the day ones.
go
'cause they're
day
dope.
ones.
But yeah, shout out to you guys. And I think we covered everything, right?
Just because they're not your day ones doesn't mean they can't be
our
your
day twos.
No, your day tomorrows.
Can't be our day ones, but they could be our tomorrows.
Yes.
I like that. Okay, cool.
And like it's either if you're still on no new friends or you're open to inquiries.
I hate people, but I'll take applications.
Okay.
Yeah.
That should be a shirt.
I hate people, but I'm taking applications.
Yeah, exactly. That means you're still open for business somehow.
Yeah. I mean, we can work together.
Yeah.
And if that blooms into like something special, then naturally, and I'm not opposed to it.
That's it, man.
But I have my core group of people that I'm happy with. You know what I'm
Same.
saying?
Same.
So I'll take applications.
I'm definitely with it. Well,
Anyway, that wraps up episode 13.
Yes.
Hope you guys didn't get bored with our Throwback Thursday,
no.
and hope we don't make ourselves look too old. But once again, subscribe, like on all platforms that you listen to podcasts. Make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, like the video, turn on your notifications. That way you know when we post things. Just tell another person. Tell just one other person about us. We would greatly appreciate that. And that's your homework for the week.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
And if you've been with us since day one, you are day ones by default. So
Yes, sir.
we want to thank you and hit them with the intro in the outro again.